Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We're looking at question number 23 on the Pascal paper from the year 2001. Question 23 says, 5 points are located on a line. When the 10 distances between pairs of points are listed from smallest to largest, the list reads 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, K, 13, 15, 17, and 19. What is the value of K? Okay. So since they're being listed smallest to largest, we already know that K is going to be between 8 and 13. So, here are some possibilities: 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So, we're talking about points on a line. Let's draw ourselves a little picture. So, we have a line, and we have 5 points on this line. So maybe we have some points here and something like this. And we have various distances here. So we can see almost immediately that the biggest distance is going to be between these two outermost points here. So I can see right away this is going to have to be 19. Since I know I have a total of 19, I can see that, let's give these things names. So A, B, C, D, E. So AE is 19. Maybe these should be capital letters. The biggest distance, which we have listed out for us, we know it can't be K. It's got to be 19, so it's going to have to be between the endpoints on the line. Because we are specifically told they're on a line. If the points were just out in a plane, it'd be really hard to tell which one should be 19. But we're on a line, so we're all set. Now we can see things like AB plus BE is going to have to be 19. We can also see things like AC plus CE going to have to be equal 19. And AD plus DE are going to have to be equal to 19. So these values are going to be, one of them might be K. They're not all going to be K. And in fact, so we're told we have 10 distances. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we do have 10 numbers here. And what we're trying to do in this question is we're going to see if we can assign enough of the distances between pairs of points to work out what K should be. Now we know the total length is 19. We also know that we have these sort of pairs of distances that have to sum to 19. So for example, I see 2 and I see 17. So for instance, AB could be 2 and BE could be 17. That's possible. Same with 4 and 15. We're looking for pairs that add up to 19. Okay, now 13, well, we don't have a 6 anywhere in here. K can't even be 6. So that's not going to work out. 5 and 13, no, that's going to be 18. That's not enough. 5 can't be one of the part of the pair because we need 14 somewhere. We don't have a 14. Now we could have 7 and K could be 12. That could work. Or we could have 8 and K could be 11. But other than that, we only have 2 and 17, 15 and 4. We need one other pair that adds up to 19. So already, just mentally, we've narrowed it down to A is 11 or E 12. Okay. So we're just going to write a little bit of that up. So 4 and 15 and 2 and 17. Those are possibilities. But we don't have another pair. except maybe we could have 7K or 8K. And we're just going to double check, make sure there isn't another pair that we could have. So nothing involving 13 because we don't have 6, and K is bigger than 6. So 13's out. Can't have 5 because we'd need 14, so 5 is out. So really just 7 or 8, and they could be paired with K. So K is either 12 if the first one is right, or it's 11 if the second one is right. And that narrows it down to the possibilities of A or E being our final answer. And so if we wanted to, I know I bring this up every once in a while, if we've narrowed our list of potential answers down to 2 or 3, it is worth it to take a guess, because if you definitely know it's going to be one of those 2 or one of those 3, your average mark that you would get is 4 or about a 3, which is better than the 2 marks you get for leaving a question blank. So if you don't know, don't guess when there are 5 possible answers, but if you can narrow it down to 2, make it a 50-50 guess, your average mark will be 4 in that case, and that's much better than the 2 you would get for leaving things blank. Okay? So we've narrowed it down to 2. We could take a guess, but let's just stay here for a moment, and we're going to think it through and see if we can actually eliminate one of these possibilities. Okay? So, what are we given here? Well, K has got to be greater than 4 and 2. And what we could do is maybe assign a 4 and a 2 here. Two and 4 are both less than 7, 8, and K. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, A and B is closer than A and C. This guy's got to be 2. And same, D and E are closer than C and E, so this one's got to be 4, probably. Now, why can't I have AE be 4? Because then I'd have BC has a distance of 2 between them, and we don't have another 2. We only have 1, 2. So I can place a 2 here and a 4 here. It could be a 4 here and a 2 here. That's really not the point. The point is we're starting to place these values. So AC could be something like 8, and CE could be K. But if I know AB is 2, that gives me a total of 17 here. And if BD is 4, well, that gives me the 13 that I had seen before. So we got a 13 in here. And now the same way, we also have AD has got to be, we'll use a different color here. AD has got to be, because we have 4 here, so we have to have 15. And with this 2 here, this 15, it's also got to be 13. So we worked out that 13 in 2 different ways. Okay. So BC plus CD has got to be equal to 13. And let's write down all our numbers, and we're going to cross them off when we get to them. So we have 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, K, 13, 15, 17, and 19. So we got rid of 2 and 4 and 17 and 13 already, and 19. And we've also gotten rid of 15. So we have 4 more values to place: BC, CD, CE, and AC. So I know that BD is equal to 13, but that's also got to be equal to BC plus CD. So of these 4, which ones could be BC and CD? Because we have to add up to 13. Well, we could have 5 and 8. Can't have 5 and 7. Can't have 7 and 8. And K is even greater than 8. So we're really stuck with this has got to be a 5 and an 8, or 8 and a 5. Point is, what's left over is AC and CE must be 7 and K. So K has got to be 12. So I don't need to fill in the rest of this diagram, although I can. Alright, this one here is going to be 5. So that way I get AC is 7. And this is going to be 8, which gives me CE, which is 12. Seven, and this one, which is 12. Okay, so we were able to successfully place all the numbers on our little diagram here, and we got our answer of K equals 12. And that gives us E as the answer that we're going to bubble in. All right. So that does it for question number 23. Nice little question. I enjoyed that one. It was good. Had a solid picture with it and some pretty nice reasoning. And we're going to take a look at question number 24 in the next video. So join me for that one, and I'll see you guys next time.